Good afternoon. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Zaki Hamid, here with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Tuesday, January 27th. Nurses and staff at Harborview Medical Center are paying their respects this week to Alex Pretty, the ICU nurse who was killed by Border Patrol in Minneapolis during ongoing ICE protests. Harborview staff came out in their scrubs during their breaks and at the end of long shifts for a vigil Monday night. Kyle Hageth is a nurse at Harborview.
It's hard to walk away from patient care from your job or to take a break to deal with something that's so emotionally heavy. And I'm proud of the people that came out and sat in their feelings with us and showed up and stood up in any way that they can.
Hageth and others set up a memorial across from the hospital entrance with dozens of candles and handwritten notes. A few brought some anti-ICE signs. Separate demonstrations are planned this week outside of the Federal Immigration Court in downtown Seattle. New data shows the Seattle metro area had a net loss of 13,000 jobs last year. That's according to the Puget Sound Regional Council, which tracks jobs in King, Pierce, Snohomish, and Kitsap counties. Joshua McNichols has more.
In a normal year, Seattle has a net gain of about 40,000 jobs. We lose some, we gain some, but we almost always come out way ahead. Not in 2025. Only a handful of years match it for job losses. The pandemic in 2020, the Great Recession in 2009, and the dot-com bust in 2001. But here's the good news. 2025 was a hiccup compared to the loud burps of those other years. The dot-com bust was 5 times worse, the Great Recession's worst year was 7 times worse, and 2020 was 13 times worse. Job losses sometimes stretch a couple years, but the region usually bounces back after that. Joshua McNichols, KUOW News.
Speaking of jobs going away, Amazon is closing its Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh grocery stores. The company said today their Amazon-branded stores haven't caught on with customers and don't do the amount of business needed to grow. GeekWire reports there are 72 Amazon Go and Amazon Fresh stores nationwide. Amazon says it will instead invest in opening more than 100 Whole Foods Market locations in the coming years and shift towards expanding its online grocery delivery business. Washington and other West Coast states are adopting the American Academy of Pediatrics vaccine schedule for children and disregarding guidance from the CDC. The Academy issued a 2026 vaccine schedule this week that includes a new vaccine against RSV, along with previous recommendations for the MMR, hepatitis B, and other standard-issue vaccines. The West Coast Health Alliance of Washington, Oregon, and California have endorsed the plan, as have 12 major medical organizations. They're bucking the Trump administration's move to stop recommending that all kids get protected against a handful of diseases. It's starting to warm up in Seattle. Dana Felton with the National Weather Service in Seattle says some rain is in the forecast, too.
We've had 14 straight days of dry weather here in Seattle as of yesterday. We might squeeze another one out today, but we do have some rain coming in. It looks like it's going to start sometime around midnight tonight, and then we're in for at least 3 wet days and possibly some more rain over the weekend.
Felton says if the region stays dry today, we'll tie the record for the longest stretch of dry weather in January. Starting tomorrow, temperatures are expected to get into the 50s, and it could be even warmer over the weekend. King County's Howard Hanson Dam near the Green River is receiving $190 million federal dollars for long-awaited upgrades. The funding will allow construction on a new fish passage to begin. U.S. Senator Patty Murray says the dam ensures people nearby are protected from floods like those in December. The dam provides water to the city of Tacoma. Murray says the new passage will allow young salmon to travel safely downstream.
This is the most ambitious and important salmon restoration project in Western Washington.
Jason Elkins is the chairman of the Muckleshoot tribe. He joined Murray for a tour of the dam last week.
This funding is a major step forward, and it sends a strong message that salmon and communities that depend on them matter.
The funds were approved in a bill package passed by Congress. It's a move Murray says gets this work back on track after the Trump administration zeroed out the funding for the project last year. Turning to the state legislature, some lawmakers want to curb youth access to kratom, a federally unregulated substance that can get users high. Spokane Public Radio's Eliza Billingham reports.
The Washington State Senate is considering a bill that would put a 95% tax on kratom products and require kratom retailers to have a license. All tax revenue would fund harmful substance prevention efforts for youth. Amy Brackenberry, on behalf of the Washington State Public Health Association, says her organization would like regulation to go further.
We believe regulation needs a broader set of guardrails, including the age gating of the product for ages 21 and up.
The city of Spokane is currently considering an outright ban against kratom. If it passes, Spokane would be the first Washington city to ban the product outright. A lobbyist for the American Kratom Association told senators that his organization supports age restrictions and labeling requirements, but it would only seek to ban 7-OH, a synthetic substance that's sometimes found in kratom products that has opioid-like effects. I'm Eliza Billingham reporting.
A federal judge says the Trump administration illegally withheld congressionally approved funds for electric vehicle chargers in Washington last year, and the ruling blocks the administration from doing it again. Washington and 19 other states sued after being told last February that the administration was withholding $5 billion in infrastructure funds approved in 2021. The Seattle Times reports the bulk of Washington's funding was released last summer after an earlier ruling. The initial network of EV charges is for Interstate 90 and several highways, including Highway 195. Astronomers at the University of Washington recently reported a record-breaking asteroid using early images from the new Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile. KNKX's Anna Marie Yanni has more.
Sarah Greenstreet is an astronomy professor at UW. Her team was surprised to find the fastest-spinning large asteroid on record in some of the first images from the observatory.
We've known that the Rubin Observatory was going to break lots of records, but to do it in some of the very, very first test images that were taken is quite incredible.
Greenstreet says the asteroid is about 200 million miles away from us. There's no chance it will hit Earth. And it's huge.
Roughly twice as long as the Empire State Building. And it makes one complete spin in less than 2 minutes. So it's quite wild.
She says the fast rotation tells scientists the asteroid is made of material that has a lot of strength. And she says the announcement has been met with excitement about the observatory's potential to study a previously unreachable part of the asteroid population. I'm Anna Marie Yanni reporting.
Finally today, some bittersweet news from the Seattle Mariners. Rick Riz announced today he plans to retire at the end of the upcoming season from his role as the team's radio play-by-play announcer. Riz has been a vital part of the Mariners broadcast team for 4 decades and is known for many memorable moments.
Heading for third is Terrence Long. The throw by Ichiro. Beautiful. Peggy got him. Holy smoke, a laser beam strike from Ichiro.
Riz, who turned 72 last November, was hired by the M's in 1983 to work alongside the legendary Dave Niehaus. In a statement today, he said he feels blessed to have spent 40 years calling plays for the Mariners, but is looking forward to spending more time with his grandkids. Radio's not going to be the same without you, Rick. Hopefully we'll see you at the ballpark. Next time on Seattle Now, if you've noticed more traffic around the Seattle area lately, that's not an accident. The state is doing major work to revive I-5, forcing commuters to find alternate routes and testing their knowledge of surface streets.
Everybody, they know something about transportation, including my parents, right? So even they never studied transportation.
Hear more from UW traffic engineering professor Yin-Hai Wang Wednesday morning. That's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst. I'm Zaki Hamid. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. Be kind to each other, and we'll see you tomorrow.